It's been 1 year since we bought our property. We're going to give you a tour on what we've done so far and what we plan to do in the future.
All right guys, welcome to our 4-acre homestead. I'm gonna start by giving you a tour on the first 2 acres on the property. This is our front entrance. It's still not finished, but when we moved in, it had some chain link fence that we removed. And after a couple months of living here, we installed ourselves this 3-rail farm style fencing. And after we installed this fencing, I would say about 6 months after we installed it, we decided we wanted animals in the future. And that's when we put this welded wire mesh from the back of the fence. Show them the back so they can see what we've done here. We still have to paint it. We want to paint this black, and we want to put 2 columns here and put a nice gate. But right now, this is how it's looking so far. Also, the sides on this area here had the chain link fence, and Spencer removed it with the skid steer. We also had some metal fencing on that side of the property right there. Was it 8 foot tall, the metal fence that we had?
8 foot.
8 foot, and
tall.
Spencer removed it with the excavator. When we had an excavator rental, we decided to go with the white vinyl fence. Was it a good call, do you think? I love this fence. I think it's great maintenance. The material is easy to clean, and so far it's looking great, and so far we haven't done anything to it.
It was a more expensive option.
Yeah, but in the long term, it lasts like about 20, 30 years, I would say. So it's a good investment, I would say. This area here, we had to do some trimming on the trees. We have some very, very beautiful trees, and some of them are very old. Yesterday we had a guy trimming some of the other trees, and he said that this tree here in particular is about 250 years. Look at how beautiful it is. I love this tree. It's very peaceful here. We have birds, we have butterflies, squirrels. It's very nice. This area here was not as level as it looks. How many loads you got on this area, you would say?
I think there's probably about 10 in the front yard.
10?
We also had a concrete slab behind you where there used to be a driveway.
We had like a driveway coming from the mobile home right here, but it wouldn't go all the way there. So we removed it, and we wanted to make this a very nice front lawn. So far, we've been working on it. We tried seeding with Bermuda, didn't work. We tried Argentine Bahia seeds, and it's been about 1 month since we reseeded this area. It's looking much better, but so far we're waiting on better results.
Behind me is a tree that we both love. We planted this tree. We got it from a client's house, actually. We removed it. We transplanted it here. This is a Phoenix Sylvester palm tree. So we're super stoked that we brought this in. It's right at the front of the property. As you drive in, it's the first thing you see. So behind me, we have a power pole with overhead power, and the trees were not maintained real well when we got the property. I got a lift, and we trimmed all of the limbs that were overhanging the power lines, going from power pole to power pole along the front of the property. So one of the things that we did is we had a dirt driveway. Before we brought in, I think about 10 to 12 loads of asphalt millings. We made a driveway and a parking area. Before, it was all dirt, so every time it rained, the vehicles tracked in a lot of mud. So we made a little parking pad that goes end to end on the house.
So this is where we are currently living right now until we build our dream home. Before we moved in, Spencer and his best friend Robert spent a couple days fixing some things inside. We didn't want to spend a lot of money, so we didn't do anything major other than ripping off the carpets, and we installed some used flooring that Spencer bought on Facebook Marketplace, and all he did was like spray paint it from baseboards to doors to ceiling, all white, so we can move in.
One thing to add is that the home has a brand new roof that they installed just before we bought the property.
And they did the heater too, right? The
Brand new
heater.
hot water heater.
Yeah. And they also installed 2 new toilets, which is nice.
They meaning?
Spencer. Yeah.
They meaning?
I couldn't do much because I couldn't do much because I was pregnant, so that's why I couldn't help. I will be very happy to help. And I will also be very glad to give you guys a tour inside, but I have a 7-month-old daughter and the house is just full of toys right now. So right here.
New toilets, new fans, but who's counting?
Yeah, that's right.
All new fans, new toilets.
When he says all, he means 2 new fans.
So we're closer to the middle of the property. Behind me, there used to be a mobile home that was in really bad shape. When we bought the property, there was 2 of them. Barbara showed you the house that we fixed up. And the home behind us that was here was in really bad shape. It was abandoned. And there used to be a chain link fence that separated sort of the front from the back, keeping like the 2 mobile homes separate. We removed that chain link fence, and then in a couple days we used some skid steers and we removed the mobile home. There used to be a concrete slab for like a driveway parking area next to it. We removed that, and that white shed over there, from where we moved from, we had a 2-stall garage. We don't have a garage with a mobile home, so we packed that thing to the gills. That is our makeshift garage. So it's a mess inside, but we are grateful that we at least have some storage. So that's our garage. And then behind us, we had always told ourselves we wanted to buy a property and build the dream home. We found the property, we removed the mobile home, and we're excited to say we do have plans to build our dream home behind us. So we got it staked out and we're excited this is gonna be the dream home behind us. Behind me is our well. It is a 4-inch artesian well. We did put in a brand new pump. Other than that, we haven't done anything to the well. We do plan in the future on removing this little well house here. We're gonna put in water softener system and probably pour a concrete slab. So this little well house here, it's done its job, but we're probably gonna have a project and eventually make this look a little bit better. One thing before we get past this area is, if you look behind me over here, we just had a bucket truck over here and the tree guys trimmed a couple of these limbs over here. What we're planning on doing is making sure there's no oak tree limbs overhanging the house. So this is one tree that had some work done to it. Over here, you got another tree. The objective was to make sure that we had no limbs that could fall on the house. And then we have a big, beautiful oak tree straight back over here. It's sad, but there's a giant limb that was overhanging the corner of the house, which would be our future bedroom. So we had to trim that guy. But overall, all of the trees around our new house that we're building all got trimmed up, and this is recent. This is like last week.
Someone is enjoying her dirt loads right there. Nala, what are you doing, mommy? Come on.
Are you pretty girl?
Good girl. This is another purchase that we did since we moved in. Nala. She's a good dog sometimes.
She's too smart for her own good. She gets herself in trouble.
Yep. All right, so I'm right in the middle of the property in the center. Behind me it used to be vacant. When we purchased the property, we bought 3 acres originally, and then after 3 months, we purchased this extra 1 acre. So now it looks more like a square. This area was not cleared, so it took months to finish this project. Spencer rented an excavator and removed quite a few trees, I would say. We also had to bring in about 286 loads of dirt to level this area. And it looks so beautiful right now, doesn't it? I love it. This grass that you see, we never planted anything. All we did was we brought over some grass strippings from a different job site because Spencer works with grading, so he builds house pads, and when he scrapes the lot, he has grass, and he brought over some dirt with grass strippings mixed in it, and it grew. It's awesome, especially because we have full sunlight here.
So behind me over here, you can see right now it's all cleared and opened up. The only trees that we left was a buffer around the perimeter. So any tree along the actual property line I removed. Anything about 25 feet inward around the perimeter of the property. So if you look around all these pine trees that you see, those are a buffer around 25 feet around the perimeter. We had cleared this area out. You couldn't see it from the beginning or when we bought the property originally. It was all fully wooded, full of brush, pine trees. It was thick, unusable. So we came in here originally with skid steers and we brush mowed it down so you could actually see it. And then we rented an excavator for a month and we knocked down a lot of the trees in the middle. This is now a big wide open area. This is a little bit bigger than an acre back here. And now we got a ton of full sunlight over here. In the center, we have a brush pile. We have used that area as a staging area to get rid of tree debris. When we cleared the area, I had logs, I had stumps, I had a bunch of dirty debris. We've been cleaning it up, having grapple trucks hauled away. And as we've cleared the area out, we've brought in lots of dirt. We would bring in dirt, haul away debris on repeat until we thought we had enough dirt. And that's what you see out here behind us. So behind me was this little lean-to shed. It's got a concrete slab. It was actually all covered up with dirt. So when we first got to the property, it looked like just a lean-to, and we didn't know we had a concrete slab underneath here. Once I started scraping it away, we decided to keep this. This is where we store our mowers, and unfortunately, we are gonna have to remove this because behind me, this is gonna be where our new septic tank and drain field is gonna be at for our house that we were building. So we're gonna have to build a new one somewhere on the back side of the property so we can store equipment at. And then as we were clearing the back of the property, the back 2 acres over here, we had decided we wanted to keep some logs. So I cut up maybe like 20-inch section logs. I got a couple oak tree logs right here, and then those are all pine tree logs. And we want to keep those up. We haven't split them. Right now they're just sitting off to the side to dry. And then after we had stacked them all over here in this section, we decided this is the best spot for our new chicken coop that we're going to be having. So all of these logs are going to have to find a new spot. This is going to be where we're going to have a nice chicken coop and run.
All right, guys, last but not least, I'm going to show you our fruit trees and first garden. Right here we have some fruit trees that we planted about 2 months ago. They are growing and looking good. We have many varieties. This is our citrus area, and we chose specifically areas that has full sun exposure around the property. We have white figs, avocados, mangoes, Barbados cherry, jabuticabas, lime, lemon, orange, peaches.
So what do we got here?
Blueberries.
What's this first one?
Blackberries. This is a lime tree.
Yep.
And then we got orange, we got lemon, and we got peach tree.
Got a Florida King peach.
We have mulberries. We have a lot of varieties that hopefully it will start growing and producing fruits in the next couple of years. We also built this trellis here for our dragon fruit. And we installed already 2 trellis, and we planning on adding 1 more trellis. We're not sure if we're gonna keep it like that or if we're gonna put it in the pot, because as you can see, it's growing a lot of weeds around the trellis, so it's gonna be hard to maintain it. So we are considering putting them on pots, higher pots, before we transplant our dragon fruit cuttings into the trellis. Another thing that we got couple weeks ago was our brand new garden. We wanted to do a raised bed garden, but we are kind of like on the low budget, trying to save for our house. So because we bought seeds months ago and they were about to expire, we decided to scrape a small section of the lot and try to start our garden. We planted corn and watermelon. It's been about 2 weeks and we got some sprouts already. It's exciting.
I would say it's about 30 feet wide by maybe closer to 75 feet long. And we only had enough topsoil to fill in this little small section. So it's probably maybe 20 feet by 20 feet or so. This right here is what we've planted. And we don't have irrigation back here, but we do have a sprinkler that's run on a garden hose all the way to our well. So this is our makeshift irrigation, and we have it adjusted to where it does a 180 and it covers this section. All we gotta do is turn it on at the well house and it irrigates this, and we're happy with it so far.
This section here we got watermelons, and it's been about 2 weeks, and the seeds already sprouted from the watermelons. On that section right there we have corn, but we've got so far no appearance of anything. I don't know if it's normal or not. This is our first time having a garden, so we got a lot to learn still. This is the mangoes we got, and this is very exciting because this is all this light green here is all new growth, and it's looking so healthy. We put some fertilizer about a week ago. We put some pine bark to hold the moisture down. And this is the fruit punch mango. Also a lot of new growth on these. It's looking fabulous. So this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tour. We are very excited with everything we accomplished so far, and we have many more projects coming yet. If you like this tour, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to follow our future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.